Hey, this is Adriana in Long Beach, and I want to talk about three things that could actually go right because of Donald Trump's foolish, foolish decision to begin a war with Iran. The first thing is that gasoline could go over $200 a barrel, or between 150 and 200. Now you would think, Adriana, why would you say there was anything good about that? You're right in thinking that that would cause deep economic hardship in the US economy. But deep economic hardship is also the harbinger of innovation. Necessity is the mother of invention. If oil went to between 150 and $200 a gallon, I believe that it would spur a market driven rather than government driven push to renewables, to putting more money into innovation for coming up with better renewables, and to spurring people to be people and businesses to transfer over to renewables, be it solar, wind power, more of these projects using wave energy. Maybe municipalities would get into that if they have a coastline. So it could, I think that super high per barrel oil prices could spur a transfer over to renewables and do more to get the United States off of fossil fuels than the Green New Deal could have ever hoped for or imagined. That will come after a period of deep economic pain, just to be clear on that. When the majority of voters right now, be they GOP voters or DNC voters, both in the majority think that war with Iran is a bad idea. But there is a segment of GOP voters, Christian nationalists, white evangelical Christians, who believe in premillennial dispensation, and they are rooting for an end time scenario that starts with some kind of cataclysmic war in the Middle East as the harbinger of the second coming of Christ and the rapture. Pete Hegseth is one of these. Please Google this. Complaints from regular everyday military personnel that the generals, these are the ones left over from Pete Hegseth's purge, are talking about this war with Iran as the beginning of an end time scenario that Trump is uniquely qualified to bring to fruition. When the American voters realize that this war is going sideways, and that very well may coincide with oil shooting up to $150 to $200 a barrel, Trump is going to do what he always does, which is throw people under the bus. And I predict the person that's going to get thrown under the bus is Netanyahu and the state of Israel. Oh, they got us into this war. Oh, this is all their fault. If that happens, that may be the thing that breaks the GOP voters who are super hardcore Christian nationalists, hardcore fundamentalists, from their quote unquote love of Israel. At this point, they would not support a disentanglement from Israel in any way, shape, or form. But maybe if their cult leader says, oh, this war is all Netanyahu's fault, maybe enough GOP voters would be willing to support renegotiating the United States' entire contract, entire partnership, entire alliance with Israel, so that we are not always co-signing on all the illegal and immoral things that they do. I mean, many of which they learned from us, but regardless. So that would be another really, really great thing that might happen because of this war. The third thing is already happening, and that is our other allies, our EU allies, are seeing how unreliable we are as a nation, and how we are perfectly okay with putting crazy people in the highest office. And they're saying, you know what? We better start taking care of ourselves. And they are doing what they need to do to up their defense budget to defend themselves and no longer be under the United States umbrella. Now, this has to do with a lot also with Trump giving NATO the finger. So that is going to, in the end, make the United States less powerful as a hegemonic power. And for me, that's a silver lining.